of a GM. And I want to see that, because if it doesn't happen, we're going to be fucked. We're going to be fucked for another 3 years. Screaming Piggy and Jack Bayless. Oh, is that like a was it who's Skip Bayless comment?
Skip Bayless, Jack Bayless. That's funny.
I never watched. I never watched it. Good comment though.
Hey,
good comment.
It was Skip Bayless and Stephen A. The worst freaking ESPN show that's ever on was called. Yeah. It was called Cold Pizza. I believe it was.
Okay.
Was it Cold Pizza?
Yeah, I know what they did. I know that they were on a show together. I know that Skip and I did see. I say it correctly. A. Stephen Smith.
You
get where I'm going.
Yeah, just the A.
Yeah, A. Stephen Smith. So it spells ass, because I think Stephen Smith is an ass. By the way he treated Molly.
Stupid ass. SA works for me. Stupid ass.
It was Cold Pizza. But the thing is that he shit over Molly Karam, and I like Molly Karam. And she got fucked in more ways than one, because of Stephen A.
But allegedly.
I'd love to have been on that menage. But anyway. But she's got brains, and she brings a lot to the show. And Stephen A. or A. Stephen wouldn't let her shine, and that's the reason why she's not there anymore.
Yeah,
I love Molly's antennas, definitely. I love Molly's antennas. I love everything about Molly.
I mean, the headlights were amazing. The headlights were great.
Yeah, and I miss her already. I don't watch ESPN, although I am watching.
I think she was a celebrity model long before ESPN was ever a thing. I don't think for her that wasn't a money loss at all leaving that. So
yeah, well, she's made her name. Bob, good to see you. Bob Standard's in there talking with Bob, so it's the Bob and Bob show.
Bob, how you doing?
If it'll come up, that's it. Good to see Bob as well. But what we were arguing about was the whole dysfunction of the Raider organization this year. And I told her, or I screamed at her. I said, "Listen, why are you saying that we need a wide receiver when we need to have Besh and Thornton employed better? And we need to have two defensive tackles, like when we have Pegues and Hemingway, and they can come in and do things, and they were not given the opportunity." And that's why I said it's not Spytek's fault, because he got them for us. It's Pete's fault, because Pete's a fucking asshole, and that was my point.
I don't know what part to argue there. I don't think there's a right and wrong answer, because to be perfectly honest with you, by the information we've gotten throughout this organization this entire year is nothing. We don't know who runs what, when, and where. We really don't. To be honest with you, I could have settled that argument with that one thing right there. None of us know.
We don't know.
We've not.
Yeah.
Even insiders are lost. Freaking the ones that aren't lost are not allowed to say shit. From what I'm gathering.
Yes. And AK, good to see you as well, brother. Merry Christmas to you, my buddy AK. Go ahead, Bob.
It makes sense to me to have an argument one way or the other with that. Who's in charge? Who's not? Where's the tomfuckery at? Where is all the bullshit and all that stuff, right? But the reality is, we look all the way back to the moment Pete Carroll was hired. It's been nothing but fucking crickets this entire year. I haven't heard shit from the players either.
Yeah,
I mean, for the most part, but nothing even on social media from any of them. It's almost like they all have a freaking NDA, like a non-disclosure agreement or something. Everyone had to sign a piece of paper at the beginning of the year not to say shit.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of NDAs out there. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying the whole fucking team, because we haven't heard anything. Jack, this
Right.
entire year, there's been nothing to indicate who's in charge of what. To be perfectly honest with you, and secondly, to be perfectly honest with you, the right questions have not been asked in a public setting.
Oh, that because the guys that are supposed to be doing that are fucking, they're buffoons, and they are under the auspices of you will not ask the hard questions. It's a softball game. It's a softball game.
Right. But that's an argument I could have solved the moment you two started to have it. I'm like, hey, we don't know. We really, you guys tell me, go back to one single inside story or anything that the Raiders themselves came out and said that gave us any indication who's in charge of what.
Well, that was the other thing and I will say that she upset me on this one, is that being an intel guy, I said, I have sources that are reliable source. And she goes, well, who are they? I said, I'm not going to fucking tell you, Peggy. That's why they're called sources. You can't.
Right.
You can't. But they're people that know on various things. And you don't burn a source, because if you burn a source, A, you don't hear anything from them anymore. And B, if it was in the real world, in the intel world, they'd be fucking dead. That's why you don't burn a source. And she was saying, trying to get all of these things. I'm like, well, I'm not going to tell you, because I'm not. But anyway, they are reliable, and I
Yes.
agree with the people, because I know this guy who knows this guy who knows this.
Yeah.
And it's reliable, because the first guy that I know that told me this, I knows his shit, and he has that guy that knows. That's
Right.
the chain of this, and I will agree with that chain. So we don't know, but it's not bullshit. But I
Right.
said that my estimation, I think, and by the way, yes, everybody that's coming in on Bob's channel, thank you for that. I didn't see Bowers and Chin. When did I miss that? Bowers and Chin are out. Did they finally just put them on the clock and said, hey, you guys are done? I didn't see that. Bowers, I would agree with. I mean,
Bowers has been reported as put on IR. I didn't hear
Okay.
about Chin. They put Bowers on IR because that knee has just not gotten any better after.
And I agree with that. I agree with
Makes
that.
sense.
There's no reason to trot him out here for a couple more games. There's no
I didn't
reason.
know. I didn't know that Chen. I was up with the family and all that stuff, and wife's getting ready to snooze and shit like that. So I came back down, but I did not see that. I did not get that. But now that I'm looking on IG, now I see. So
Well, I'm not saying you're wrong.
Yeah,
I'm just saying I didn't know about it, and thank you for the information. I don't know everything.
yeah, thanks.
That's why I rely on you guys to tell me.
We count on you guys. When you
Yeah.
guys may see stuff we don't see, because I mean, when we're building content, we're like immune to like up to the moment shit for the most part.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't
it's a process. Right?
I don't build content. I go to medical appointments. That's what I do during the day.
No,
I-
but you know what I'm saying.
So I know what you're saying. Yes, thank
But
you.
it's kind of like as we're building the studio and we're setting up a live show or whatever happens in that 30 minutes prior and 30 minutes after work, we have no idea, because we're kind of don't know.
Oblivious. Oblivious. That's the
Yeah.
right word. So, Bob, I will say that. Yeah, I gotta ask. And people ask me, and I said, hey, I mean, now that we are this close to having the number one pick, okay,
right.
I will say this, and I mean this. I am not of a mind to tank. I've never been in a mind to tank. But if it just so happens that we lose, I'm not going to be upset. What I want to see is games that are competitive. Okay? I want to see the Raiders play the Giants competitively. Okay? That's what I want to see. And against Kansas City, they're tanking their ass off right now, having Chris Oladokun out there and nobody else.
Well,
they're up
and they're not
too.
But it's not on purpose, though. I mean, who would have thunk 2 ACLs in 2 weeks? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I got you.
Between him and Minshew. I mean, damn, I don't think they necessarily meant to. But now they're to the point where it's like, we're not going to freaking spend money on getting a freaking, there ain't no reason to do that. We're not going to, let's just play out what we got. Let's see what we have. And I think that's what we should do. Let's see what we got.
The players that have not played that we need to get some fucking film on. It's the preseason for 2026. It's the fucking season. I agree.
Well, my thought process is this: Bowers being out. The thing about it is, you may as well not even think about giving Genty the ball 30 times. Let's not do that. If that's the case, because Bowers is what takes. He's the only thing that takes any surprise away from the running game. You know what I'm saying? You got to know where Bowers is, right?
Thanks, Mark.
And then Colton Miller's healthy. Colton Miller's healthy, and he's actually called a starter. Why?
Right. So
don't
why
do
play
it.
him? Yeah, why play him?
Don't do
it. No. Colton, thanks for positive trying to say I can play. Why? Don't play. I don't like I said. I don't.
Looks like
the Raiders
Shedrick.
Through. Go ahead, sir.
Looks like Shedrick Jackson's getting his first start.
Good.
Shedrick Jackson's getting his first start.
Good, and I want to see that.
Let's see. This is all Spotrac stuff, so it's kind of I'm dragging down new starters for this week based on freaking four and
here's what I want to see.
Seasons. 4-win team.
Why not play Kenny Pickett? Because we know why not? Why not play AOC 12?
I'd rather AOC not get his ass handed to him for no damn good reason. If he's not absolutely 100%. So the only reason that Kenny Pickett played in front of him is because he wasn't 100% 2 weeks ago. So I don't need that young kid is probably one of the better backup quarterbacks in the freaking league. I don't need him going out there getting freaking just beat up for no reason. That's my personal opinion.
Okay, I got a question then. So is AOC 12 our backup next year?
I don't. It's one of those where we got to see where the coaching goes. We got to. All this stuff's going to happen. I think a week after the end of our season, not the end of the NFL season, obviously.
Right, our season. Right.
That first week afterwards, you're going to be busy. All right, there's no question. Now, all the playoff team coaches there's a tamper rule on them. You can't contact them. You can't fuck with them if they're in the playoffs.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? So, there is a tamper rule. I don't know the specifics of it, but I know you can't. I don't know if it's coordinators or head coaches or both. Pretty sure it's both. But the thing about it is that at least at that week, we'll find out about Pete. We're going to find out about most of the coaching staff, whether it's going to be a clean sweep or what's going on there. And then we can really start thinking about what comes next. You know.
Okay.
So,
I want to tell you, or I want to offer up something. By the way,
okay.
Raider Homer is alive and well. Raider Homer is alive and well because I heard from him on the phone the other night. He is alive and well. And he said something to me which I hadn't really thought about. He says that he would turn over the head coaching duties to Patrick Graham because he's been here. He knows the players. He knows the system. He knows all the things. And he's been a soldier through it all. And I'm like, you are correct. He's gotten through all of the bullshit. He was supposed to be the coach for the Jaguars this year until Liam Cohen and their organization did him wrong. And I mean that. He was going to be the coach of the Jaguars this year. And at the very last minute, they fucking usurped that from him and gave it to Liam Cohen, which also pissed off the Bucs, right? So Patrick Graham has done enough, okay, to at least put in his to say, I want to be the head coach. What are your thoughts on that? And again, I just wanted to gauge your opinion on that. And everybody that's out there that's heard me, again, this was put forward by Raider Homer. And I'm like, I can't disagree with that. And said, and then his second portion was get a up and coming offensive guy from the college ranks to be your offensive coordinator and run with that staff. You get an up and coming offensive guy from the college ranks, bring him up to the pros to be your OC, and then run with Patrick Graham and build out the staff that way. And I'm pretty sure under the tutelage of John Spytek, I'm pretty sure that's where we were going with that. Okay. Yeah, Kev, it's not Graham as the defensive guy, because remember, he would have head coaching responsibilities. He would have to find somebody to run the defense. That was what Homer put out. I just wanted to, pick your brains on it. I didn't even get a chance to talk to Peggy about that because we were arguing about other shit. So
it was a long argument that amounted to nothing. On that one.
Yes, I agree.
And so when it comes to PG, here's what it's going to come down to. We do not know the front office's ideology on the path forward. We've never known that. It's never been said. It's never been out loud said, right? If their ideology is we're full out rebuilding, if it isn't Max, Mayer, Miller as our pillars of folks that are not rookies, right? Then PG's nowhere to be found after this year. He ends up maybe being a head coach somewhere else in the NFL.
He will be, I'm sure.
I've never been a proponent of a DC in an organization promoted to head coach based on the fact that the head coach in front of him was removed or retired or whatever. It hasn't ever seemed to work. And the thing is, PG hasn't shown any of us that he has a way to inspire the whole team or influence the team to work in a certain direction. What it seemed after last week was I looked at that defense. I'm like, wait, this isn't a cover 3. We're actually playing some man-to-man. Oh, wait, that's a 4-3. Oh, shit, that's a freaking cover 0. That's a full-out freaking wide-up blitz. We hadn't seen that all year. And it makes me wonder if he's just been held down there. But the thing about it is that's another thing. If I were an owner to hire a head coach, if I looked at this whole situation, my question to him would be, where were you when the head coach was failing? How are you helping the head coach? Were you trying to make him better? Trying to say, hey, coach, I don't think that's right. I think we should do this. Hey, what were you doing? And that's a hard question to ask someone and hard for them to give the right answer to. So we just don't know if you just can't do it.
Yeah, well, that's a good question, but I'm going to say one thing on the we don't know aspect. We don't know. We don't know whether
he could be our head coach next year.
Right. Well, no, we don't know if he said, "Hey, where were you?" And he was like, "I was told just to shut the fuck up and take my paychecks."
Yeah. Here's your coloring book. Go color, make defense.
Yeah.
And then you give me the defense and I'll tell you if it's okay.
Yeah.
And if he was that guy, and if he was that guy as an owner, I'd be like, okay, we'll give you a call after we interview 5 more people, because that's a no for me. If you're willing to freaking play that, and just bow down to it, knowing it's a fail, then I don't want a part of you as my head coach.
Well, I understand what you're saying, but I'm going to throw some Navy at you, brother.
No, again, we don't know. Now, remember, I disclaimered at first that we don't know we have no idea on who's in charge of it. So,
but, because I hear what you're saying, but we don't know. But and for those that I'm going to bring everybody into conversations, both Bob and I are members of the Chiefs Mess of the Navy. Okay. And in the Chiefs Mess, we run the ship. I don't give a fuck who says otherwise. We run the ship, but we run the ship under the orders of the guy that's on top of the totem pole of the ship.
The commanding officer, or in our case, that's Mark Davis.
Right. And whatever he says, because he's our boss, it could be the most fucked up thing, but because he's our boss and we can give a bunch of ideas that could help him out and make things better and prove to him, hey, boss, why don't you do this? And I think it would be better for the ship and the team and the fans and everything else. And, Mark could say, I appreciate the input. I don't fucking care. I want you to do it this way. And members of the staff or the Chiefs Mess or of the coaching staff have to implement what the boss's orders are and have to smile. And we have to smile and we have to say, this is what we will be doing. But Chief, this is what we'll be doing, and you have to implement that. So that's why I said we don't know the inner workings of what was said behind the scenes.
So being put in that context, Mark Davis, commanding officer, executive officer, is freaking John Spytek. Brady and all them are up there with freaking Mark Davis and their little freaking thing going on. And then the head coach is the master chief, command master chief, right? And it's all getting funneled down from there, and it goes down to all the coordinators / chiefs, right?
Yeah, in a real organization, but in our organization, Spytek works for Pete Carroll.
That seems like that was kind of if you look at the way things worked, it seemed like once the draft was over, Spytek's job was done.
Yeah.
It really did. But in your context, though, so brings it down to these freaking divisions from that. And we all know that this is the freaking big man's freaking call, no matter what the call is, right? And as good leaders, we respect it and we take it to our defense or you know what I mean, in each division. And we say, look, here's the vision. Here's what we're looking to do. However, I see one key flaw in it, and I did mention it to him. I said I would do my best to keep that low, as far as how this is. I will not allow you to do this, this, and this, and this to protect yourself. You know what I mean? So don't do that. Still laying in the vision of the big man, but taking care of my people at the same time.
I got you.
You see what I mean?
Oh, I agree.
So it's
now. I was gonna say, folks, you got about 14 minutes if you want to come in and talk with Nav Man or Santa, I should say. You got about 14 minutes to come in and talk with Santa and myself, because I'm gonna be shutting it off. I'm gonna be shutting it off at 10 o'clock Eastern time, because I gotta eat and I gotta pray. Yeah, was it Eat, Love, Pray? What? That's a movie, right? Eat, Love, Pray.
You just do them. There's no order.
Yeah.
Just do all of them. There's no order.
Yeah, but I got to do that. But I tell you one thing I do like is that I've had a lengthy discussion Yes, CJ, thank you. And I wanted to make sure that CJ gave me a $2 super chat, and I will say this. And I know I've said it for about a year now. When I get time, I'm going to do those giveaways. So the CJ has gotten the most. I said for every $5, you get a ticket to the wheel. So I know that CJ has gotten at least one ticket because he's had at least two and twos. That makes at least one ticket to the wheel. I'm gonna get the wheel done. Either I die or I will eventually do that. I will do a giveaway one of these days because I appreciate that. And I thank you, CJ, for your super chat. But thank you for being here, sir. Yeah, and again, CJ Rich Boxing and BS with Angelo. The boxing information that you need to know on YouTube, make sure you go there. Having said that, if you want to come in, please come in about the next 12 minutes because I'm going to go eat my leftovers and I'm going to go pray. Yeah. And I haven't heard from Angelo, but hopefully, actually, I hit him up the other day and he was busy. So I actually got to get back. I got to do all my Christmas texts. I haven't done that yet. So, Bob, I'm not going to send you a Christmas text. I'm just saying happy holidays.
I just sent you one. I sent you one, though.
Oh. You bastard. So Bob gets a thank you, and Merry Christmas to you. Bob gets a ticket on the wheel. Actually, your $50 one gives you 10. It was 50 or was it 100?
Oh, before
the big time before when you did this it was either 50 or 100. I know it was good. I know
that was 50. Pretty sure.
Yeah. So that gives you 10 spots on the wheel.
Okay.
But I'll have to break it up. But I think I'll probably break it up to guys that have multiples so that you're in more wheels. Or you can tell me, no, I want them all on one wheel so I have a bigger, better chance of getting something on that wheel. But you could have, and this is what I'm saying, kind of like the old movie, The Jerk. You could have everything between the thimble and the rubber eraser. It's like on my thing. But one of the wheels might be better. Go ahead, sir.
So how many do I have on the wheel total?
Now the ones that I know of, because you have done a couple, you have a $50 one and a $5 one, and you've done other things before. Yes, God Family Raiders. Yes, you have 10 spots because he gave me $50. So when I do these, I have to figure it out, though. I do have to figure it out. I got to get off my ass and do it.
So in the true spirit of Christmas, for me, G-Fan, do what you need to do, man. But I'm going to look up this chat, and I'm going to give you some names. You ready to write them down? And you can deduct that from my amount of entries, okay? The names that I put on.
Okay.
They go on the wheel instead of me.
Oh, I see. You're donating your numbers. Okay, I get that.
Yeah, I just want maybe a couple on there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give away 8 of whatever. Just go ahead and write down. I'm going to give away 8 of whatever I have.
Okay, so now. I got to write. See, this is my scratch pieces of paper. It's an insert for my hat, and I got to.
Yeah.
So I have to do this shit. Okay, go ahead, brother. What am I doing?
All right, Cool Kev's getting one of them for sure.
Kev gets one. Okay. And Bob gets 2.
Absolutely, Angelo for sure.
Angelo, okay.
CJ Rich, right? That's Angelo.
No. CJ Rich and Angelo, who is Raider Transplant.
Oh, okay.
2 different people. So
got you. So that's 2 of them then. One for Angelo, one for CJ.
Okay, one for CJ, one for Angelo. Okay, there you go.
All right, Willie Wayne.
Willie Wayne.
And 401 Raider Jeff for sure.
401 Jeff. Okay, so those you're doing 1 and 1 on them?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that's 7.
Wait, 401 Raider Jeff's the same guy.
No, yeah, 401 Raider Jeff is 1. Willie Wayne is 1. CJ is 1. Angelo, aka Transplant, is 1. Kevin, Cool Kev is 1, and you got 2. So I did actually do them correctly.
Okay, so 2 more, right?
That way, yes.
No, I know I have
3 more.
I know I have 10 total. So
Yeah.
I'll do all but one of them. So 2 more. All right.
No, you have
Alex.
10. You have the 10 on the $50 one. Plus, you just got one for 5, so you actually have 11, if not another.
Okay. So I'm just gonna do 2 more.
Okay.
One of them's got to be Sacktown Raider Mike.
Sack Mike, got it.
The other's got to be Alec M.
Alec M. Okay, I think you have one more, sir.
Okay, Marcus Banks.
Okay,
I would give it to David, but he's a fucking Eagles fan, and I ain't fucking doing.
Okay. So let me see. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, you are correct on the 10, and that's out of the 50.
All right, hold on. I got one more, man, and I'll use it up. I'll use them up.
Okay.
Hold on. Where was he? It was just earlier, and I missed it. Damn it. Where is he?
Are you right? Is this true? Is this true? Jimmy Farrow, Mitch Wren stole the wheel idea from me. Is he doing wheels?
He's been doing that for a while. Maybe he took it from you. I don't know.
I mean, I've done a wheels like years ago. That was one of my things. I just stopped doing it after a while for time. So, the prizes. Here's the thing. What are the prizes? I have a shit ton of prizes back here, and I have to figure out what all the booty is. Pirate pun intended. And then I put it on a list. And then there's like the fucking wheel. The spaces are this fucking thin because there's a shit ton of prizes, and that's the prize wheel. So it just depends on where it gets on the click. So I got to do it.
Oh, there it is. Just saw him. I hope I didn't miss anybody but Pro E, Professional E, definitely needs to be. He's going to take my last one that we know of. Until you look, I'm pretty sure I have more. But
you do have more. I know you have the 50 and the 1, and I think you have another 5 or 10. I'll have to look it up. I'm remiss. I'm remiss on it because, again, I'm sorry, guys. I'm fucking busy. I'm either going to the games, doing content, or going to medical appointments, or being bitched at by the lady in the other room. That takes up all my time. It does. It takes up all my time. That's a big amount of time.
The last one takes up the most time, getting yelled at by the lady in the other room.
Yes, it does.
It definitely does. Kona, how you doing, brother?
Kona, good. And I said to Richie Riche, I congratulated him on the great season that the Broncos had, and I picked the Broncos to win the West this year. I did. I'm on record having done that at the beginning of the year.
I think all of us did.
Well, Richie didn't. Richie didn't think it was going to happen this year. I said I think it will happen this year. I was correct on.
Well,
that.
I mean, I think MHRT. He did say I think they will, but I'm not feeling good about it.
No, he said that he thought it was going to be next year. He thought that they were going to have like 10, incrementally better, but they outkicked their coverage, shall we say. Conan, I'm on record for us going 14-3. Okay.
Yep.
I see that.
He is.
Yeah.
I remember that. I specifically remember he was 14-3. I'm like, you're fucking crazy. You know what I mean? Is that 14-3 is a crazy number considering, and because at the time we all agreed that the AFC West was going to be freaking crazy difficult.
Yeah.
We did not see the Chiefs and Raiders doing what we're doing.
As shitty as we are. And yes. But I can say now, technically, we have to lose next week in order for me to say the S word. I've not said it, but until we are officially worse than last year, and we would have to lose next week so that the most wins we would have would be 3. Until that happens, I do not drop the S bomb, and no, S does not stand for shitty. There's another word, and I won't say it, but you guys know what it is. Bob, I gotta go, brother, and I'm sorry about that.
Hey, real quick though, Cool Kev said happy holidays to you and your family, Navman. Back to you, Cool Kev. Appreciate it. Hey, enjoy the one spin. Enjoy the spin on the wheel on me, bro. Enjoy.
Yeah, I just got. And Bob will remind me, hey, you slack motherfucker, you got to get this shit done. So well, Bob will nag me just like you know the lady in the other room. He will.
Oh, I'll bug you all day. I'll bug you all day, Jack. You know that.
Like, and I like that because I need to do that. I need somebody to do that. I just got to get
shipmate. Why are we procrastinating? Let's freaking get this shit going, bro.
What
do I need to do to help you?
It's having the correct amount of time to do all the things that we need to do. When is the wheel spin? Dude, God, I gotta fucking get the shit together. Buddy.
That's my boy right there. That's That's my boy right there. He's gonna poke you too.
Yeah, you can poke me too, but that means that because I see you're on like a link thing. You got to watch my shows so you know when it happens. So you got to come over on mine and watch me through me. Okay, yeah, he's laughing.
Hey,
Merry Christmas, to everybody.
Shipmate,
go ahead, sir.
When you see G Fam, just call him Gabe. Gabe.
Okay. Gabe. Okay.
All right. It's Gabe.
Is that a personal joke?
So my family, me familia, tu familia. You know what I'm saying?
Kev's been on long enough. He knows that I've been trying. I got to do it. I got to do it. I got to get the wheel. And I never have time. I don't have time, but I will eventually. So, Merry Christmas to you, to everybody that's in the chat now. I gotta the lady in the other room is saying that I gotta go eat, and then we gotta pray because I gotta be there for and see Santa has. I like the ears. I like
giraffe ears, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Giraffe ears. Let me get the ball out of my eye. There you go.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm not touching that one. I mean, that was something that would be.
That felt like Thailand. It's weird.
As I've said on my shows before, the best looking woman I ever saw in Thailand wasn't.
You're right.
And I admit to that. Bob, again, Merry Christmas to you. Everybody that's here, Merry Christmas. I'm gonna go eat, and I got to go hit the residency from the turnover to the Vatican around 11:30. So yeah, balls in your eyes. Yes, I know, balls in the eyes. Yeah, G-Fam knows this. But take care, everybody. Bob, I'm going to kick you out. Then I'm going to go do the end of the show. And blessings to you, sir. Get the ball out of your eyes, sir.
No, it's between my eyes now. All right, man. Right. Love you right back, man. Hey, everybody in the chat, Merry Christmas to you guys. Have a good one. Thank you, your family members. Think of those veterans overseas that can't be with their families tonight. Okay? Amen. Think about that. Right. I think about it all the time. I was there. We were there. So it sucks. Okay, so think about those folks. All right? I'm out, bro. Yeah. I'm done.
Right. Take care, Bob. Thanks again, brother. We'll see you on another show. That's Santa 93. Bob Navman 93. I'm going to kick him out. So again, for everybody here, Merry Christmas to you. I got my marching orders next door. I got to eat, then I got to get ready for prayer and lighting the candles. Got to light the candles. There's some electric. I'm gonna light my menorah too. I'm gonna put them. Even though Hanukkah was over, a couple of days ago, I'm gonna light the menorah because it's that portion of the year. I know Hanukkah's over, but I'm gonna put the menorah up. I got a new one. It's an electronic one. It's really cool. So I finally got one. I haven't had a menorah in fucking years. So I'm going to do that. Take care. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. And happy Festivus for the rest of us. So not just everybody take time this year to get the spirit of holidays out for all of us. So take care. We'll see you next time.